Hey there, nice to see you again. Hope you're taking very good care of yourself. This is me, Jenny Kirk, and we're going to be doing a box opening and review video today. So the item that I've got is a special commission from Kernow Model Rail Centre, and they do quite a lot of these, and they do tend to go for things with a Cornish feel to them to keep with the location of where the shop is. And in this particular case, what they've chosen is a livery application on the standard LNER 13-ton steel open that Bachmann do. This is a St. Blazey Stores depot wagon, and the idea behind these was that they used to run between Swindon Works and St. Blazey and would trip down materials, spare parts, things like that they would need for routine low-level maintenance on locomotives that were stabled there. Now, Kernow Model Rail Centre has done some of the St. Blazey Stores wagons before, and one thing I've got here, this is a wagon that was out quite some time ago from Bachmann, commissioned by Kernow Model Centre, and you can see there we've got the very similar livery, so it's going to make a nice addition to wagons like that. So we look on the end there, we've got the catalogue number 38328Z, and it just tells you there what the wagon is. Now, they brought out two different wagons on the same base 13-ton steel open. I've only got this one. I was cruel to myself and decided that even though they're at the same price, I thought I'd just buy this one for now, this particular livery, to match that ventilated van that I showed you. So pretty standard Bachmann box. So let's get this thing opened up. So I'm going to pull that out, and there is also a little certificate with this, and this is just to commemorate that this is the very last wagon that Kernow Model Centre worked on with Merle Evans from Bachmann before he sadly passed away. And really, it just, it gives a little bit of background of why they commissioned this, and it was simply because Merle Evans came to them with a photograph and said, "Here you are, you like Cornish stuff." So it's just nice to commemorate the work that Merle Evans put in, not just with Kernow Model Centre, but with Bachmann as a whole. So we get that with this particular wagon. We're going to pull it open from the pretty standard packaging here, and also don't forget the rather slippery piece of plastic in there, which just stops the finish from getting rubbed in the box. And what we can see here, we've got a really good tampo printed finish, and this is something that Bachmann started doing actually with the 16-ton mineral wagons, and they really upped their game with this tampo printed rust effect, and it really is superb. When a wagon started appearing with this finish, it really was, in my opinion, a game changer, because really good weathering is so hard to do, and in a lot of instances beforehand, yes, they'd had a good go at trying to get it just right, and there's only so much you can do with an airbrush, but with this, they've done the tempo printing and then airbrushed over the top, and it is brilliant. We've also got the rendition of the chalked on BREL, the British Rail Engineering Limited, handwriting on the side. It would have been done on the real one as just chalk for whatever reason, and that is so accurately finished on there. We also have this mid-height sort of cream-coloured band, which again, it matches up with, well, it's actually, I think it's supposed to be white, but on this particular example with the weathering, it's come across as a more of a creamy yellow. But we can see there we've got the matching sort of house style to denote St. Blazey Stores wagons, which presumably was that very easily you knew that you had the right wagon going to the right place, and that they wouldn't go amiss and get lost in marshalling yards. The basic wagon for this is the standard Bachmann 13-ton steel open wagon. Now, they introduced this actually a few years ago now, and it's appeared in accurate liveries, anything from LNER grey, LNER oxide, right through to, I have seen them in, I've got some downstairs actually, as ZGV, general sort of engineers wagons in the olive green. So they're really good for pretty much the entire period of British Rail before privatisation, right back to Big Four. So a very, very long-lasting wagon. They've done 3 different basic body styles from what I remember, plus you can have them as fitted or unfitted chassis. With this particular one, we've got them without the chain dimple, so there's no chain pockets, and we've got the steel door. They have also done the ones with the dimples, which were for chain pockets, and also a wooden plank door, but you tend to find that really just on the earlier examples. So just to give you an example of some of the other body styles, I've got here a Bachmann wagon. It's had a load added, but we can see there with the chain dimples compared to this wagon, which doesn't have the dimples, just as an example of the different body styles that Bachmann has tooled up for this wagon. The underside really is where a lot of the fine detail is going on. And what we can see first off is we've got these clasp brakes really nicely done with all of this fine separately applied wire to represent the brake rigging. We've got our vacuum cylinder, and then we've got, you know, all of this connecting and the handbrake levers on both sides. And it really is super fine detail. The brake shoes line up with the wheel treads, as you would expect, but, you know, certainly we've seen on some wagons they don't quite do that. On this particular wagon, they do. We've got the couplings there in NEM pockets, and again, the NEM pockets themselves rather neatly fit, hidden away between the wheels, so if you want to remove these NEM pockets, then they're not really too obtrusive. And we have fitted into these the fairly typical now slimline tension lock couplings, but you can take those out, replace them with KDs if you want. So there's plenty of flexibility there for the modeller that wants to use their own couplings. We've got separately applied vacuum hoses as well, which is something that Bachmann brought in with wagons tooled up from about the date that this wagon first appeared onwards, and that really does add to the wagon. The buffers themselves, well put together, doesn't have the same problems that we've seen on some of the Oxford rail wagons that I've been reviewing of late. They're pretty firmly attached, they're not sprung, but they don't really need to be. We've got separately applied door bangers. These are for, on the real ones, when the door is open, drop down. These just sort of cushion the fall, they're sort of sprung steel. We've also got pretty fine W-irons in there and pretty standard disc 3-hole wheels. On the inside, there is no rendition of the inside door detail, but again, that's a limitation of the injection moulding techniques for these. So really, if you really want that, you're going to have to scribe it in yourself. But what we do get is a nice rendition of the planked floor, and it's actually been finished in a colour which looks realistic at this scale, and it's something I did mention with the Oxford Rail car flat that I felt that the colour on that looked the wrong shade. Well, on this it looks like they've got it just right. The tempo printing, well, we've already alluded to that with the rust patterning and patina, but the rest of the livery application with the data panels and the stenciling is all really perfectly applied, and there is absolutely nothing that I can fault on this. So overall, I'd probably give this wagon a good 9.8 out of 10. The only things that really could possibly detract, and it is really a minor niggle, is the lack of internal door hinge detail. But really, that is something that for most people is easily overlooked. And this is a great wagon and a really good, slightly unusual livery application on the otherwise standard LNER steel 13-ton open wagon that really has been a good addition to the Bachmann stable for some years now. Anyway, I hope this video has been informative to you. Thanks very much for watching, it really is appreciated. And don't forget to like this video, share it too, and also subscribe to the channel and you'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they come up. But until next time, you take very good care of yourself, and this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying bye for now. Today's video has been brought to you by my books, Bringing Home the Stars, Twinkle Little Star, and also you can get the complete comic collections of All Over the House, Books 1, Books 2, and also the wacky zany Life of Knobty Mouse. Thanks, and catch you later.